Hello and welcome to U of T and OISE. My name is Becky, and in this video I'll show you how to set up your Join ID and access ACORN. These are two very important things you should do as soon as you receive your offer of admission. So follow me as I take you through all the steps. Don't worry, it's quite easy. First of all, what is ACORN? ACORN is an online platform for your student account. It is password protected, so only you can access it. Some of the most important things you can do on ACORN are selecting and enrolling in courses, checking fees and finances, and other tasks such as making updates to your personal information. Let's see some of these things in more detail. Once you log in, you will see your ACORN dashboard, which looks like this. Here on the left, you can select what you need to do or check. Under Profile and Settings, you can update your contact information, such as address, phone numbers, email, emergency contact, and other information. It's very important to keep your mailing address updated on ACORN. This address is used to send all official documents from U of T. Under Enroll and Manage, you can select the courses you want to take, enroll in them, drop them, and access other program information. Enrolling in courses is a very important task that you should do as soon as courses become available to you in the second half of June. Check our video on course selection and enrollment for more guidance. Under Finances, you can check your fees and see how to pay them or defer them, as well as access other financial resources. As you can see, it's very important to familiarize yourself with your ACORN page. Now, how can you access ACORN? Before you physically come to U of T, to access ACORN you will need a Join ID, which is a temporary identification code. You also need your Join ID to access some housing services from the university. To find out more about this, check our tutorial on housing. Once you arrive at U of T, your Join ID will be converted into a UTour ID, which is your official identification code that you will use to access ACORN, as well as many other services like libraries, your student email, and others. Now I'll show you how to get your Join ID. To access and activate your Join ID, there are 3 steps. First, find the email sent by SGS that contains your Join ID. Next, you'll need to find your student number. And lastly, enable and activate your Join ID. To get your Join ID, first you need to retrieve the email you received from the School of Graduate Studies that contains your Join ID and instructions on how to use it. You received this email soon after you sent your application, so you might want to look for all the emails from admissions.sgs@utoronto.ca that you received in the last few months. You can see the content of this email here. Note that your Join ID appears partway down in the section that's highlighted here. If you have trouble locating this email, you can always contact admissions.sgs@utoronto.ca to resend it. The next step is to retrieve your student number. To do that, you'll need your 12-digit applicant ID and your password. Then, go to the SGS admissions application login page and log in with your applicant ID and password. After logging in, click Profile Update in the blue menu bar at the top of the page. You will find your U of T student number at the top of the page that follows. So now you have everything you need, the Join ID from your email and your student number. You can now move to step 3 to enable your Join ID. First, go to this website to enable your Join ID. The homepage looks like this. Enter your Join ID and student number in the boxes here, and click Continue. Make sure you're entering your student number and not your application number. Once you enter this information, you will be asked to enter your date of birth. Do that and you will have enabled your Join ID. You can now use your Join ID to access ACORN. Go to acorn.utoronto.ca and click on Login to access ACORN. Any problems related to your Join ID? Let's see what you can do. If you can't find the email from SGS with your Join ID, send an email to this address and explain your problem. If you lose your Join ID password, you can go to the enabling site and change your password. Please note that updates to passwords can take 24 hours to roll over in the system. If you're unable to reset your password using the enabling site, please call 416-978-HELP or email help.desk@utoronto.ca to reset your password. When you explain your problem, specify that you have already enabled your JOINID. I hope this tutorial has helped you enable your JOINID and access ACORN. Here's a list of some useful links. These links can also be found on the written instructions provided.